Hey y'all, what's up? It's Megan and welcome back. And in today's video, I have another fragrance review, and today we are going to be reviewing Chris Collins' Long Kiss Goodnight. Now I've been having this one for really, I'm sorry if you guys heard that, but repeat. Today we are going to be reviewing Chris Collins' Long Kiss Goodnight. And I was so excited about this fragrance. I bought this not for this past Sephora sale, but the one that was back in November. So I've been having this one for about 6 months now, so I've really become familiar with it. So if you want to hear my review and my thoughts on it, then definitely stay right here. I first became familiar with Chris Collins just through seeing different reviews on his fragrances, and I was always interested. And of course, I've always wanted to support a Black-owned perfumer. So when I saw that he was finally at Sephora, which I didn't realize for the longest that he was at Sephora, I guess because his brand is World of Chris Collins instead of just Chris Collins, so he's pretty much all the way at the bottom of the list under the brands of Sephora. So sometimes I don't go that far down the list, but I'm glad I discovered it. So this is the packaging. Very, very nice packaging, and this is for the sampler, you guys. I always get samples because I have way too many fragrances to buy full-size bottles. That's just me. I know it doesn't look the best, but it's all the same thing, right? Very nice packaging, as I mentioned. Just get a close-up and you have the rose gold elements, and that also matches what's inside. You do get this little, I'm not sure what you would call this, like a case. It's not an atomizer because it's just like the shell, but it's similar to Tom Ford in which it comes separately when it's in here. I'll kind of show you guys just how it comes to you if you were to order it. You have your box, it pulls open like this, and you have your fragrance and your case, I'm just gonna call it the case, sitting here. So that's how it comes packaged to you. And pretty much all you do is, if I could get it out of the box, it normally comes with a little cap on the fragrance, but I don't have it anymore, and I just put it in here and I cannot get it to come out. There we go. Okay. So pretty much how you install is take the cap off, of course, and you just simply push it in there and put your cap. So it's pretty easy. And just to show you guys how much, I guess I'm kind of giving you a precursor as to how this review is going to go, but look at how much I have left. So I definitely had to do this review as soon as I could. Had a whole bunch of things going on. I had to get the other vlogs out first, but anyway, don't want to go on too long about that. But pretty nice sturdy packaging. It has a nice weight to it. Of course, I love rose gold, so I love the color choice. You know, it's very luxe. Now the price on this, it is $50, so it's a little bit more than normal travel sizes. Another thing to note is that normal travel size with the designer fragrances are usually about 0.33 fluid ounces. This one is only 0.25, so keep that in mind. It is smaller and it is a little bit more pricey, but it is a niche brand. So let's go ahead and get into my initial thoughts on the fragrance. We're going to spray it on the skin. Since this isn't like a dupe comparison, I don't think I need to spray it on the tester strip. We can spray directly on the skin. Just one spritz here. And yes, just right away, you're just, I just love it, you guys. Let me go ahead and get into the notes while that dries down, just so you know what is in this wonderful, lovely fragrance. Okay, so the top notes are pink saffron, passion fruit, coffee beans. The heart notes are frankincense, centrifolia rose, pink peony. And the base notes are agarwood, crisp amber, and vanilla bean. So pretty simple, not too much going on. When I first smell it, I get a lot of that coffee coming through at the top. A lot of that coffee. I don't know what passion fruit smells like, unfortunately, and pink saffron is really interesting. It does have like a saffron-y type element going on. I don't know if there's a true difference between regular saffron and pink saffron, but I do get that kind of warm element that you normally get from regular saffron in this. So I'm assuming that it has to be something a little bit similar. Maybe it's a little bit more elevated in the scent profile than regular saffron. Again, not 100% sure on that. But yes, the top notes come through amazingly on this, and it's really, really good. It projects very wide when you first spray it. And yeah, that coffee comes through a lot. It's not overpowering, so if you don't like coffee in fragrances, I personally don't think that it's overpowering. I feel like you get a nice blend of those top notes coming through on the initial spray. Now, again, while that continues to dry, just want to put my disclaimer out there, is that scents and fragrances are a very relative thing for everyone. So what I may like, you may not like. So that's always the reason why I want to let you guys know to try to sample it out, or, you know, get a smaller size bottle. Of course, we could always return things, but depending on your circumstance, that might not always be the most feasible thing to do. So this is just me reviewing it. I tend to love my fragrances because I'm not super picky. So my excitement over it, I don't want you to think that it's something you must have. Definitely do your research and kind of get to know what fragrance notes you like in fragrances by looking up what fragrances you already have, because this could be the complete opposite of what you may like. So always do your due diligence and check it out before buying. But I really don't think you're going to be disappointed if you do. I don't know if this is 100% blind buy proof. I feel like it's very alluring. Like, I feel like it kind of captures you and brings you in. And on that dry down, the coffee is settling a little bit more into the skin. And you're still getting a little bit of that warmth from the pink saffron. And I do feel like a little bit more of the floral notes from that peony is starting to come through, which is why it's in the heart notes. I do get a rosy type element too. I did forget to mention I got a little bit of the rose at the top as well on the initial spray. So again, I don't feel like the rose is an overpowering note in this fragrance. So I feel like if you like rose, you're gonna like this one. But if you're totally averse to roses and fragrances, I still think this one could be okay for you. Rose is a very polarizing scent. Most people either love it or hate it. I love it. It could be a little bit cloying sometimes, but so I understand, but I really don't think it's anything to worry about in this fragrance. And I do get a little bit more of that wood starting to come through from the agar wood, which here they have in parentheses that it's oud. So I'm assuming agar wood is kind of like the same as oud. I'm assuming, girl, I don't know. Definitely a really warm fragrance. I could smell a little bit of that vanilla as well, but just a little bit. It's giving a little bit of a sweetness to it now. But yes, the dry down is so amazing. I like it. I feel like it's very subtle. It's not very like in your face as it was on the initial spray. And I feel like the sillage, when I've worn it out, it's pretty good. Like, it's not like overly strong. So if you're a person that doesn't typically like strong fragrances or just can't handle it, I think this one could be good for you to try out. And I really do feel like the projection, you know, although it may not be something that's like in your face, I feel like the subtleness actually kind of helps in this situation. Since this is an alluring fragrance, I feel like that subtlety on the dry down, I feel like this kind of like, if you were to smell this on somebody, you'd be like, ooh, what's that? I can't 100% smell it, but it smells like it's something good and I want to know who's wearing it. That's how I feel about it. The lasting power for me, when I've worn it out, I think I get a good amount of lasting power. Now, just to give some context, I typically spray my fragrances on my clothes. Sometimes I'll spray some like on my neck and like my wrists and stuff, but I mainly spray on my clothes, and I think it lasts pretty much the entire time that I need it to. So I think the lasting power is pretty good. Sometimes I'm able to smell it on things when I haven't worn it for a few days. So you're definitely getting your money's worth for that. The dry down, just so amazing. It's just so smooth, and it's just something you feel like you want to eat. I don't know if this would be categorized as a gourmand fragrance. I doubt it, even though that it has the coffee beans and the vanilla bean in here. Now the website describes the fragrance in the olfactive category as floral and woody, and I would agree with that. The coffee still is very prevalent though on the dry down, so it's still coming through a lot, but that vanilla is giving a smoothness to it, like I said, to where it's giving it like that sweet, like yummy type of a fragrance to it. It's really good, y'all. I love it. Like I tell y'all, I do not miss on my blind buys. Like when I have a feeling, and I think it's partly because I know what I like, but that's just me. I've done the research on what I tend to gravitate towards and the notes that I like. And that's why I tell you guys to just kind of do a little digging into what fragrances you typically like and the notes, because once you do that, once you see your key notes, you're going to be like, okay, I should like this. So that's why I say that it's important to do that. So whenever you get a chance, get your top 3 fragrances and see what notes are in them. If you want to do more fragrances, that's fine, but your top 3 favorite fragrances and just see what notes they have. I bet you there's going to be like a commonality amongst them. So yes, and the website also describes it. This is on Chris Collins' website. It describes it as warm, dreamy, romantic, and I 1000% agree. This is very dreamy. It's just like, oh, yes, give it to me. I just want everything in the world. Just come here. I don't know what I just said, guys. Ignore that. You definitely are going to get romantic if you wear this. If you have a significant other, they're going to love this on you, girl. You're going to be kissing goodnight every night. Somebody. That's why he called it that, because he knows what he's talking about. It's very warm, so I just kind of feel like this would be a good winter fragrance. I kind of feel like warm and cozy, and I just want to snuggle up in a blanket. Yes, I just think this is a really good buy, you guys. Don't let the price deter you from buying it. I think it's a really good one. Of course, do your due diligence and just look it up to see if it's something, because coffee beans, I feel like it's kind of polarizing as well. So yes, take a look into it, and I just don't think that you're gonna regret it. Yeah, girl, if you got a man, he gonna be all over you, girl. I'm telling you, get you some of this to start off with, and they gonna be all over you. If you don't have a man's, you gonna get one with this, I guarantee you. Just go to the lounge and girl, they gonna be all over you. That's just my opinion on it. I love it. I think this would be a really good fragrance to pick up and buy. I may consider getting the full-size bottle of this. I absolutely love it. It's unique. I've never smelled anything like this. I really do feel like this was a great addition to my collection, and I hate that I waited so long. Coming up soon, I do have another fragrance from his collection, from Chris Collins' collection. So I will have a review of that soon, and I got that from this sale a few weeks ago. So yeah, I'm gonna get all into Chris, and of course, like I said earlier, I love to support a Black owned business brand, and I'm actually gonna start doing that. I looked up, and there's a whole bunch of Black owned brands of fragrances, and I'm gonna definitely start reviewing some of those in the channel just to bring awareness to them, and because I didn't know it was that many. Whole new world has been open, and it's Chris Collins' world, so get into it. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for my review today of Chris Collins' Long Kiss Goodnight. We're going to be smooching, kissing, doing everything when we wear this. Okay, ladies? Okay, but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, just thank you to everybody who clicks on this video. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but somehow you made it here, and I love you for that. Please consider subscribing. That would help me out tremendously. And I also want to give a huge shout out to my new followers. It's been a minute since I've done a sit down video, and we had a little boost, so I'm happy about that. So welcome to everybody that just subscribed. I hope you see this video and just know I appreciate it. Now also, you guys, I have to start stressing the fact that I need some engagement. With my subscriber count getting a little increased from the past few weeks, it's great and all, but I need the engagement too, because the engagement is really what gets me into the algorithm. Because I could have all the subscribers I want, but if nobody's liking, nobody is commenting, it could be whatever you think about it, because I love to engage in conversation below. Put a comment, even if it's emojis, because that also helps me too. And that's the main thing that's going to help me get into the algorithm, because the more engagement and likes and comments, that's what helps me get pushed to other people, because YouTube thinks that, oh, this must be a good video if people are having this many reactions to it. So like it up, comment it up, and please subscribe, because it's still important. I don't want to belittle the subscriber count. It's definitely important to get more eyes on my channel, but just wanted to put that out there, because sometimes we kind of just think of subscribing, but the engagement is kind of low. I want you guys to start commenting, because it's really important. I want to know what you guys think, because I really feel like that's important to start building up a community of my fragrance lovers. Thank you guys so much once again. I hope you guys found this review helpful, and I hope you guys will check out Chris Collins. Otherwise, I'm going to see you guys next time. Bye.